Hello class, my name is John Clinebell, and tonight I'm going to be talking to you about the U.S. Cavalry. Being a U.S. Cavalryman, this topic has importance to me. And I'm going to be talking to you about how the organizational leadership of the cavalry's reluctance to change shaped the cavalry branch. The traditional cavalry of World War I was mounted horse cavalry. During World War I, airplanes conducted most of the reconnaissance missions. So there are two types of cavalry missions: security and reconnaissance. With airplanes conducting most of the reconnaissance missions, half of the cavalry's skill set was taken away from them. Army leadership, using lessons learned for World War I, knew that the cavalry had to modernize to stay relevant on the battlefield. This transformation from traditional horse cavalry to mechanized reconnaissance was hindered by a reluctance to change and a distrust for new technology. Plus, many cavalrymen believed that nothing could replace their horse. The horse and saber were part of the cavalry's identity, and the cavalrymen were afraid that with this transition to mechanized cavalry, they would lose their identity. During World War I, it became apparent that with the invention of the modern machine gun and maneuverable field artillery, it was impractical to use mounted cavalry using traditional tactics of the time. After the war, efforts were made to integrate mechanized reconnaissance vehicles, but only on experimental basis. During these experimental trials, the key was to stay light enough to be agile, but heavy enough to be able to effectively combat enemy vehicles or enemy forces. In the 1930s, the cavalry experimented with mechanized reconnaissance in service with horse cavalry, but in the 1940s, mechanized reconnaissance was in competition with the horse cavalry. It was not until after World War II had begun that mechanized reconnaissance took over the mission of traditional cavalry. Due to the cavalry's reluctance to change, the doctrine only changed shortly before World War II. This left many gaps in tactics, and they were inadequate in performing their duties. Surprisingly, the tactics used today are not much different than the tactics used during World War II. After World War II, at the start of the Cold War, the cavalry was reorganized again into formations that were reminiscent of horse cavalry formations. In the cavalry, tradition's key, and they try to keep things as close to tradition as possible. Thank you.